So, with all the things that I have been learning about God and learning about, because I've been in my Word a lot, and I've just been learning things that I never knew, things that, because growing up, I will always just pay attention to what the pastor was saying, but I would never go and look at it myself. So I came across this. I was on, I think, YouTube or something, and I came across this thing where I guess it was an ad or something where the person was talking about selling bless oil. And I started thinking to myself, I've always had a problem with bless oil and this holy water that people be selling. I've always had an issue with that because I've always thought you could just go to the grocery store, get you some olive oil, and pray over it. And then anoint your house and anoint, whatever you're trying to anoint or whatever. I never agreed. Never. I've literally always had a problem with this. And I never, and I still don't understand why people would sell olive oil or blessed water, whatever the water is, or whatever. And I was just like, what is this? Like, is this a scam? Like, what is this? When I've always, anytime that I needed, like, blessed oil or I needed to anoint my house or whatever, I've always just got a thing of oil, prayed over it, and then anointed whatever I'm trying to anoint. But this thing where people are creating anointed oil or blessed oil, whatever they call it, and selling it, I just feel like it's a scam. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just how I feel, or whatever. Because I really feel like you can literally just go to the store, get some oil, and then pray over it. That's exactly what they're doing. They're going to buy some oil, they're putting it in these cute little bottles, and then they're selling it and calling it blessed oil and anointed oil, and they're praying over it. So you got to remember that they're praying over this. So you don't know these people. Like, some you may know and you may follow them and but what you need to do is ask God, because they're taking this oil and they're praying over it. Because for me, it's a stranger, okay, because I don't know this person. They're praying over this oil, and then they're selling it, and they're saying, God told me to get this oil and sell this oil. And I'm not saying that God didn't tell them. I'm just saying, for me, that's not something I agree with, because you're a stranger praying over this oil, and I'm supposed to believe that this is from God, because I don't know what you're praying. You could be praying witchcraft. You can be trying to put me in an evil covenant, a cult, a ritual, a seance. I don't know what you're doing over that oil. It's just like people touching you or praying over you. You have to watch the people that pray over you. You got to watch the prayers that you listen to on Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff, because it's a whole bunch of pastors and prophets and all this stuff coming out talking about, I'm a minister, God told me this, God told me that, when God didn't tell them nothing. And I'm not talking about all of them, okay? Don't get me wrong, because there's some true prophets out there and true people that's been called by God. But this blessed oil stuff, I just don't understand it. I don't. I'm going to go and get me some oil, some olive oil myself, and I'm going to pray over it. And I'm going to ask God to anoint my oil. And I'm going to pour it in little bottles for me. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to give it out to other people. Now, if God say do that, cool. But it would have to be God to tell me to buy it from you, because I don't know. It just don't make sense to me. If you do that, that's you. But for me, because I want people to know that this is my opinion, this is me, this is how I feel about it. Because people always got their opinions, and people always want to come at you like, well, no, God said that. Okay, God told you. Maybe God told you that, but God didn't tell me that. So for me, I don't agree with this selling anointed oils, blessed oil, holy water. Holy water just don't even make sense. It really doesn't make sense to me. What you need holy water for? What are you, a cult? Is this a ritual? is this what? What is this? Because when I seen holy water, I seen them in the scary movies when they were doing the exorcism. What is it? The exorcism. However you say it, that's what they was doing. Okay. Other than that, holy water, which you just splashing water on people. What is that? I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I say go to the grocery store, get you some olive oil, pray over it if you want to put it in little bottles or whatever, and take the oil around with you to anoint your car, to anoint different stuff, anoint the whatever. Then do that. But buying it, I just don't. That's just my opinion. Because if God told you to do that, then God told you to sell it. But me, I just don't agree. But that's all I wanted to say.